So, you're listening to Russell Brand on Six Music. That was the Beatles. Oh, you all right, Matt?
Yes.
Trev's been strumming away, practising his serenade, so we're going to call up Noel Gallagher now. One of Trev's challenges was to ring Noel Gallagher and serenade him with his own song. Let's ring up Noel. Who's got the phone? Who's going to dial it? Mark, our producer, is dialing the number now. Lift the desk up so we can hear the phone ring. It'll sound really organic and great, man.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Some more guesses for your Sonic Enigma, Trev. Is it 99 Red Balloons by Nena?
No.
That's from
How on earth would you
Martin
come to
Treasure.
that?
Yeah, that is a
don't know.
nuts thing to think.
Some people just say random things.
Yeah, they do.
Sounds like Trevor was waiting for the man. We can't hear the ring. Oh, it's ringing. Right, it's ringing. Get ready to serenade him.
Hello?
Hello, Noel. Listen to this.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play?
Trying to do Noel Gallagher as Elvis.
You said that you've never been. All the things that you've seen are gonna fade away.
It sounds like Elvis's
So I
final
start a
pull.
revolution in my bed.
Is that Johnny Cash singing from Beyond the Grave?
Said the
Johnny
brains
Cash.
I had went to
Johnny
my
Cash
head.
does Oasis.
Step outside the
Noel's been forced to endure this.
summertime's in bloom. Stand up beside the fireplace. Take that look from off your face. 'Cause you ain't never gonna burn my heart out.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah,
now.
stop.
That'll do. We
Oh,
get
then
it.
you got to get to the chorus.
All right, to the chorus.
So Sally can wait. Well, she knows it's too late as we're walking on by.
Thank you very much.
Her soul slides away. But don't look back in anger. I heard her say.
Hey, I tell you what.
What do you think of that, Noel?
I'll tell you that should have been the theme tune to Brokeback Mountain.
That really could have been. That should have been on the score.
That sounded like three gay cowboys just singing on the campfire.
Hang on, we weren't all singing.
We weren't all singing about that, but we are. I think there is a strong camp element to Oasis music.
Absolutely, that's the subtext of that song. Surely three gay cowboys singing around a campfire just before they get down to it.
You
Well,
wrote it, Noel.
I've never quite understood who Sally is, but now I think I'm getting a better picture of that.
It seems that Sally is Trevor's boyfriend. That's what it seems like. Did you mind that, Noel? That was a challenge, because we're doing this thing where we've got to challenge Trevor Lock. One of our listeners says, I'll get him to serenade Noel with one of Noel's own songs.
I admire his bravery for that, actually, because he knows that while he's at work on Sunday morning, I only live literally around the corner.
Yeah, you are literally around the corner. You could pop in here.
I could come down and let the tyres down on his bike.
That would be the work of a moment for you, Noel. We all previous, letting down bike tyres.
I'd like to see him do a cover version of one of my tracks.
Yeah, we'd all like to see that, Trevor.
Have you written any tracks?
Yeah, I have. The Magic of Richard Clayderman is probably my best one.
Yeah, also...
Well, you've written songs?
Yeah, I have, mate, yeah.
Mostly they're odes about killing rodents and making clothes from their pelts, if we're honest. Also, Noel, perhaps if you were to let down the tyres on his bike, he might attack you, grapple with you in the dust. We all know Trevor can be quite brutal in a violent situation.
Yeah, well, he claims, doesn't he? I mean, there is no evidence about that, up, is there?
There's no real evidence. It's just one of the many bodacious claims. No, I hope you've looked at the Observer today, because if you have, you'll have seen a nice article about old Russ in which I announced to the world that you're doing a charity gig.
Do what? You answer the world at what?
I announced to the world that you're doing that charity gig. I go, yeah, Noel Gallagher's doing this charity gig to raise money for Focus 12. He's agreed to it. It'll be brilliant. Tickets on sale now. I've already started selling them, so I hope it is all right. I hope it works out. It's going to be very embarrassing. Otherwise, we've got Trevor Lock live at Coco doing Oasis numbers.
Great. Well, I tell you what, I'll do it, right? As long as he does, as long as he gets up and does a version of that song dressed as one of the cowboys from Brokeback Mountain.
No problem. You're there, aren't you, Trev? You're doing that.
I'll do that,
With
yeah.
a lemon in his mouth.
Why stop at his mouth? The boy's smothered in orifices. He's like a fruit machine of a man. Okay, well, that sounds excellent. So, where are you coming back home, are you, today?
I'm just leaving to go to the airport, actually. I went out on a boat yesterday and got extremely sunburned like an idiot. I didn't put any sun cream on, so I look like a lunatic.
Right. Why is that? Why didn't you put sun cream on?
Because I'm a northerner.
Why? I suppose what? So you don't have sun in the north. So you just
The thing is, you go out in the med, right? And the missus has got the sun cream out, and do you want some of that? No chance.
What, do you think I'm some sort of puffer or something? And now you've got a big glowing beacon of a bonce.
Yeah, I'm not putting cream on me. It looks like jism.
Oh, thank you for that.
Thanks for that.
Apologise, we all know what he's like. You know, he's a national hero. He's an icon. He can say what he wants, can't he? But those are not the views of the BBC. Thank you very much, Noel. Okay, so why don't you give my love to Sarah in a verbal way, and come back later. Oh, hold on, let me tell you. There's another thing that I wanted to read you this, Noel. I've moved away from the mic. Already, I've had to deny this morning having an affair with Tamara Beckwith. Remember her it girl, Tamara Beckwith. Yesterday, in the Mirror, in the 3am girls, Kiki King, Eva Simpson and Caroline Headley, www.mirror.co.uk, 3am girls, say, listen to the headline, he's a vile predator. Guess who they're talking about, Noel? Oh, Russ.
I don't know. Is they talking about you?
Talking about me.
It seems to me, right, that the last, maybe for the last month, all you've done is call me up on my holidays and read out Kiss and Tell. You're just trying to make me jealous.
That's what's going on back in Blighty.
Yeah, get a load of this.
We're kicking it here in Albion.
So, who have you got up the duff this time?
Well, it seems that Danny Minogue's carrying one of my mutants.
I hate Danny Minogue.
Do you, mate? There's the headline. Nice one. So, look, I'm not keen on her after this business. Danny's verdict on Sex Mad Brand after he pushes his luck on TV show. We knew it wouldn't be long before Russell Brand's rampant womanising landed him in trouble. It lists some people that I've tried to chat up. Shaking it, like it says, Danny Minogue was far from won over by him on our MTV show. Shaking her head in disbelief, she dismissed it. Shaking her head in disbelief. It beggars belief.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, who would do a thing like that? She dismissed him as a vile predator. Oh, he's just a vile predator. After he leapt over her fabulous breasts. I was on a television programme. I'm not going to leapt over her and pestered her for a phone number after he followed her down a corridor. Ridiculous, untrue lies.
It's a bit true.
What, is that on your one Leicester Square thing?
That's right, mate.
I was there, and that was a little bit true.
Well, I offered her my phone number because I was worried about it.
But there was a lot of people around. It wasn't like you cornered her on her own.
Oh, darling. The reason I gave her my phone number, Matt, I'll be honest with you, I was worried about her. She seemed fragile. I thought she was on the edge and she might need some support. It goes, it came after reformed sex addict and druggie Russell interviewed her on that show. Danny told us he is completely crazy and a bit of a vile predator. I certainly don't think he's cured his sex addiction, that's for sure. He wouldn't take no for an answer. Chatting to us at some party in London, she said, he always goes that step too far. Never quite far enough to slap his face, but usually too far.
He always? Does she know you well then, or is that the first time? He always goes that step too far. How dare she?
How dare she say that, Noel? Yeah. He's obviously very intelligent. Fair enough, not all of this story is lies, but wears more makeup wears more makeup than I do. Well, Jesus Christ, put a bit of slap on. No, she's a nice enough girl, I
suppose.
She's
a lovely girl.
She looks a bit odd, though. She looks a bit sort of bird-faced.
Of course she looks a bit odd.
Yeah, she's
weird, man.
Is she a bit weird? How come she's...
Well, I've never met her, but I just find her... She's quite unsavoury, I think, isn't she?
Yeah, well, I'm beginning to lose... I'm falling out of love with her. Normally, I love guys with eyeliner on. It can be very sexy, but not on Russell. Absolutely no way, never. He's just not my type. Danny had gone on to Russell's show to talk about a record. She said, I was told he got sacked
that was a quick conversation, wasn't it?
We tried to drag it out by saying, what's this material? Plastic, is it, that you've used? Interesting stuff. Was it made in a factory? She goes, I was told he got sacked from MTV in the past for wearing an Osama bin Laden costume to work the day after September 11th. I couldn't believe that I just agreed to be interviewed by someone who'd do something like that. It really unnerved me. And then throughout the whole interview, he kept making shocking remarks that I can't even repeat. Just uttering the words would make me blush. So to spare Danny's blushes, we've printed the naughty bits of Potty Mouth Russell's interview. Right, and then they have put it, Russellgate, they've called it. And then it goes, Russell, if I directed your video, I would include a bit of erotic dancing. You like a good old lap dance, don't you? Danny responds, we should go lap dancing together sometime. So immediately she suggested going lap dancing.
Yeah, and that was in response to her, those stories about her going
lap dancing, lusting over women in what can only be described as a saucy way. So
we've all seen the pictures, haven't we?
We all saw the pictures.
We all saw the pictures.
Who's the vile predator, Danny? Who's the vile predator?
That's the sex industry she's funding.
She's funding the sex industry. They bring women over. Sex slaves are brought over from poor former communist nations to satisfy Danny Minogue's lust. You are supporting that, Danny. You are the bottom of a pyramid of misogyny, Danny Minogue. Right, then I respond to that. Better still, I've got a shed at the back of my garden where we could erect a pole and lap dance in private. Right, no, that's not...
You said that to her?
I said that to her. Clearly a joke. I have got a shed, and there is a lap dancing pole in it. But would I let her in there? Not on your Nelly. Ridiculous thing to say. Then she says later, I'm off the idea of marriage. And then I say, you just have to get off with presenters you meet on chat shows now, don't you? That was in response to something she said about poor dear Jamie Theakston, attacking him out of nowhere. Give me your phone number then, love. I said in what can only be described as a comical voice. So I think right there...
What did she think she was going on, Newsnight or something?
I think so. And I think it's only a matter of time before she appears on Newsnight, forced to justify why she's funding the sex industry and dragging poor Czechoslovakian women into the gutter. So there we go. We've dealt with that problem. So no, you're going to come and see me do stand up tonight, then, mate.
I am, yeah. Yeah, we're going to bowl down after we get back from the airport. I think I'll be in about. We don't need to go into the details
now. I suppose not really. No,
you shouldn't have said that on the radio.
I'll give you a ring later on.
All right, mate, and I'll look out for your big, glowing, proud Northern bonce gleaming out of the
big, glowing, proud Mercedes-Benz.
Woo! Yeah. Boasting about money, Noel Gallagher. Who would have bought it?
When you've got as much as I have, there's no need to boast, Russell.
It's difficult to avoid it, though, I suppose. Noel, thank you very much for your time. As always, you've been fantastic. I think we're going to play a little track called Don't Look Back in Anger to try and resurrect the corpse that Trevor Lock has just made of it.
When you get to the chorus, shut your eyes and think of two cowboys naked from the waist down.
I think Trevor Lock would do that anyway, but we're going to join him in that. Noel, thanks for your time, mate. I'll see you both later.
I'll see you later.
See you later,
now.
Bye-bye.
Don't Look Back in Anger from Oasis. Let's have a listen to that. Trevor, sit back and learn and think of some chaps. Don't Look Back in Anger, which now has become an anthem of cowboy homoerotic relationships. Don't look back over your own shoulder angrily at Trevor Lock wearing a pair of chaps and a cowboy hat going, no, I've got another medley for you. Blimey, so that was good. And so Noel Gallagher specifically asked us to think of Trevor Lock in an erotic clinch during that, and quite frankly, it wasn't difficult.